Studio Series Grimlock. I don't need this guy. This version is on loan to me by friend of the channel, Cyril. I appreciate him letting me take a look at it. But like, I don't need this guy, right? Right? We're about to find out in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton to let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media. All of that is linked down in the description. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube, become a channel member. And this is the new Studio Series Grimlock, and I'll give credit where credit is due. I said very early on that, you know what, I'm sure he'll be good. I just don't think he's for me. Is he for me? Is he not for me? Just how good or how not good is he? Did he live up to the hype? Well, you know what? We're going to find out, because we're about to head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And so we're at the moment of truth. I've been saying all along that I'm very happy with my Black Mamba set for the Dinobots, and that I, for one, didn't need this guy. I don't know if I could justify the cost and whatnot. So do I need him or do I not need him? This is on loan to me by good friend of the channel, Cyril. I appreciate him letting me take a look at it. We're going to determine now exactly what I think of this boy. And we're going to begin things with the packaging first. And we have ourselves some pretty sweet packaging. Here we have Grimlock with little wheelie up here. Looks very Grimlock-ish. Of course it says Grimlock and Autobot wheelie. Over here, same thing, it says it's leader class, which we'll see. Over here, the same art, and on the back, of course, we have the product images, as we always do. You will notice, however, that the chest of Grimlock here is pretty clear. That's not what we actually have in the final release. We have a pretty tinted chest. I think I like that one better, personally. And inside the packaging we have this display. What is this display? Well, on the back it says Mockery of Justice. So I assume that this is with the Quintessons, which I actually like, because if you, like me, had the Quintesson Pit of Judgment, we kind of never had another side to the pit. Maybe this could sort of serve as that. And of course, if you want, you could take Big Bad Grimlock and put him in right there. Pretty much takes up the full space, but you get the idea. He also comes with some Studio Series instructions. These are okay. I don't like them as much as I like the War for Cybertron instructions. I feel like they're a bit bigger, but these are alright and they're pretty clear. Truth be told though, if you have ever transformed any Grimlock, this guy's going to seem pretty familiar to you. And of course his big, beautiful Grimlocky blaster. And the elephant in the room, him wheelie, him trash. And him trash for a couple of reasons. One, he does not transform. That's fine, I could look past that. Two, he doesn't have knees. Now he has a ball jointed head that looks up and down, left and right. This arm can go all the way around on a ball joint. Can't really go out, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, like, and it can't, I guess it can also butterfly forward. No elbow. This one over here, it can go all the way out. And it goes all the way around. Again, no elbow. Then the hips move all the way around. The guy has a waist. All the way back, all the way forward. Why were there no knees? Why? Like the rest you could look past and say, like, it's a neat little addition to add on. You know, it's not great, but it's a neat little thing. Without the knees, unless this is literally sitting on Grimlock, or sitting down, I guess, it's not even functional. It's garbage. This, as Starscream Wife said, is just going to go in the trash. I don't think it's worth the plastic that was used to make it for that one critical mistake. And he's missing something. Not really. The set as a whole. Where's Grimlock's huge sword? Well, here's a little add-on that I'm going to kind of throw in here as we go through. This is what was missing. It is Grimlock's huge sword. This is all thanks to Justin from the 3D corner. It is 3D printed. It is solid, man. It is well done. I'm going to leave links to his Facebook page and how to contact him down in the description if you would like a sword like this for your Grimlock. It's huge. It really is. Of course, some people might still have their, long time ago now, their Fall of Cybertron Grimlock that had the sword and the shield. And you know what? That sword also works pretty well. But naturally, this looks a little more G1, baby. And here we have our boy Grimlock. And you can see he's holding the sword that Justin printed really well. You know, I could slide it down further in his hand. I guess if you felt like the tolerance was slightly off or something, I mean, you can always just sand it down a bit if you're so inclined, but it fits quite well. Now, I did mention the FOC sword, so let's say that you don't have access to this, or you know, it doesn't work for where you live to get this or whatever from him. You could always, if I can get it out there now, take that one out, and if you're so inclined, you can put this one in. I mean, it's not as big. It's probably more of a dagger than a sword, but like it works and it fits, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The only thing missing here at the moment is Wheelie. And Wheelie has a little gray peg on the back of his leg. There's a little peg hole up on the shoulder of Grimlock. And it's on both shoulders. And you just take the peg and, assuming you can line it up, which I don't seem to be able to do at the moment, there. Why can't I get that? There, I guess. You know, like... he's probably supposed to go set on the other shoulder, but this is the one that's closest to me, so... You know, you can put him on whichever shoulder you want, or you can do like me and just throw him in the garbage and forget that he ever existed. Now it's time to start to get into scores for this guy. And I'm going to tell you right now, the very first thing to note is this is actually a true leader. I take back what I said about the value for money right away, because I've said if prices are going up, then the mass should go up, the engineering should go up, the paint should go up. What we get for our buying dollars should go up. This guy has a fair amount of paint on him. The gold, I'm pretty sure all the gold is paint over more of a white plastic. I could be wrong about that, but that's my indication. The blue, the green, the red, that's paint. The kind of almost metallic blue on the visor, that's paint. Honestly, I would venture to say that this is a 9.75 for Grimlock, if not a 10. Why am I saying 9.75 instead of a 10? Because I don't ever remember his chest plate being this dark, ever, in any of the animation. Maybe I'm wrong, but all the animation I remember, that is clear. Now, to be fair, you can, and I'm just going to take Wheelie off here, you can, by right, supposedly remove this chest plate. There are two screws in behind the chest, and I'm going to show them now. I take it back slightly. The gold is actually, I guess, a gold plastic, but I don't, maybe it's a... I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's gold plastic or if it's paint or if it's a mix of both. I really don't know. Anyway, kind of deep inside there, we have two screws in here and in here. If you want to remove those or risk removing those, you can take the chest plate off. On this copy, it looks like both of those screw heads are already chewed up and stripped, so I guess that's not going to happen here. No, I'm not going to lie, I don't like anything that requires me to have to remove screws. I find 99.99999% of the time I can't do it. Either they're already chewed up during manufacturing, which is usually the case, at least on the copies I get, and in this case I wouldn't dare try to remove the screws because they look chewed up to me, and this isn't mine, so I'm not messing with it or fiddling with it. But it is an option if you can get those two screws to move. I don't like doing it. If it's not already chewed up, usually I'll chew it up. I'm not good at it. I'm not a tool guy, man. I can't, I'm no good at it. So, that all being said, that gripe and grumble out of the way, as I started to say, I'm cool when you actually get value for money. This guy in particular is definitely that. Traditionally a leader is 315 to 325 grams of plastic. With all of his parts, being Wheelie, his blaster, and himself, this guy clocks in at 333 grams of plastic. It's funny, lifting him up and holding him, he feels lighter to me. And a couple of people have said that he feels lighter, but the numbers don't lie. He's actually more plastic, more mass. He's actually heftier than a traditional leader. And you know what? The numbers don't lie, man. So the value is definitely there. This is a true leader. Unlike Siege, Astro Train, or Shockwave, this guy is a true leader class offering. Now, I said 9.75 was his start. That depends on if you like the tinted chest or not. I don't think it's animation accurate. So I'm scoring it down for that. What about the articulation? Because that's the next piece. Well, we know the articulation on wheelie almost had potential for like a little accompanying, you know, piece in the package, but the lack of knees totally destroys and obliterates wheelie and makes him fit only for the garbage. What about Grimlock himself? Well, the head, it can go left, right, up, down. The arm is on a ratchet, goes all the way around, out to the side, bicep swivel. We have over 90 degrees at the elbow. We have a wrist swivel. These claws move. They've always been able to move. I don't know why. I don't know what the point of it is, but okay, whatever. The wing pieces back here can go out, back, up, down, however you like. Very much an assembly like the Siege Seeker wings. Very versatile, solid piece, but you can move it all around. The dino arm is on a little ball joint that allows it to go out a little bit. It can go forward, it can go back. Elbow. I wish we had like a dino wrist, and I wish maybe the claws could move, but that might be asking too much. We have a solid waist on the guy. We have, getting this out of the way, out to the side. It's friction, but it's so good, man. The leg can go all the way back. It can go all the way forward. We have a thigh swivel built in. We have a knee to 90 degrees. If it's not 90, it's like 88, 89. It's definitely close enough that I'm giving it to him. Ankle tilt, and I guess really like heel tilt. It's for transformation, but like if you needed his heel to be up, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Fingers, maybe? You know, that's about all that I could possibly want. I'm going to say, honestly, that Grimlock, his articulation is really all I could want. I gotta give it a 10. I really do. I have to give it a 10. 9.75 and a 10. How does he stack up with other kind of Dinobots and my Black Mamba? Well, like this. Now, compared to the original Power of the Primes Voyager, the new leader class is head and shoulders better than that. What about against the Black Mamba? I like the Black Mamba, and maybe Starscream Wife said it best. She said, I feel like the Black Mamba kind of embodies Grimlock, like it feels more bulky Grimlock. But I feel like the Studio Series is just a good Transformer. Like if you even forget the fact that it's Grimlock, it's just big, hefty, solid, imposing. It has a certain look and stature to it. It's just a good Transformer, and I think she might be right. As for a set of Dinobots, well, I still have my Black Mamba, so even if I wasn't interested in going all in on like an entire set of Studio Series Dinobots, although to be fair, more and more I'm leaning toward this guy being tremendous. He could still stand with the rest of the Dinobot team like this. So you can see Scorn there, who is a traditional deluxe. He's kind of looking down in his chest at the moment. The other 4 Dinobots now are good, solid Voyagers instead of being deluxe size. And the leader, Grimlock, just stands out as just bigger enough that he kind of comes across as the leader of the group. Now, to be fair, the Black Mamba Grimlock naturally fits in here and has the same sort of stature of appearing a bit bigger. But you know what? You could definitely get away with the Studio Series Grimlock being with these lads, and I think it would look all right. Okay, so transformation time. Right now the guy is like a 9.9. He's almost perfect. We take the hand and we put it in. We can straighten up the arm. It does lock into position for Dino mode, if you want it to lock into position. We can take the chest piece and bring it down and fold in the head like that and bring Grimlock's Dino head up over thusly. In terms of these arms, we will bring them out. What about the legs down here? Brilliantly done. You open out the leg and then the tail comes out on this red hinge and folds up over right there. Love it. Really love it. I might even take this chest bed away just so it's easier to fold the leg over. Fold in the heel, bring the leg all the way up, and then fold in that piece of the leg again. I'll do it on the other side here a second time so you can see. We fold it out. We bring out the tail on that red hinge. Too bad that's red. We fold up the heel. We fold the leg around. And we fold this in. Now we can tab the two legs together here. And they tab together solid, easy, perfect. We bring this down and we tab it all together in there. We bring this forward and we bring this forward. We tab it together at the chest. We make sure we lock in the head. And I guess we straighten up the legs and the head. Here, let's open his mouth, bring down his little dino arms, and boom, in the end, here we have Grimlock in his G1 Dinobot glory, and I love it. The transformation was super duper easy there, man. 10. Now in this mode, again, he looks extremely accurate, except he doesn't have teeth here on the front, which is weird, and a lot of people have sort of complained about it, but I understand why. The reason it is, and has nothing to do with, like, you know, I saw a comment from someone on a video, and it was like, it's not there because, you know, kids might stab themselves or something. Then why would he have the rest of his other teeth if that was the case? That's idiotic. No, the reason they're not there is because you can put a blast effect inside of his mouth, and it's so you can kind of, like, close his mouth more, still have the blast effect coming out if you are so inclined. Fun fact, the teeth aren't even sharp. They look like they would be, but they're really not. It's safe. It's like the claws here. They're not sharp. They're fine. Wheelie does sit atop Grimlock. What we have on the two sides of his neck is a couple of pegs a la like Frankenstein. And down on the heels we have a couple of little peg holes so Wheelie can like fit up here over that peg and over that peg. Getting them on is the chore. There, something like that. If you want the blaster to be stored, the blaster itself has, I just need to find it here now. Yeah, on these pieces sticking down, the blaster actually has two little rectangular pegs, and on the feet sections, I guess really on the heels, there's two little rectangular slots. So the intention is that this kind of slots in, and I'm trying to do it now without even being able to look at it to see, which is not really working for me. Oh no! Look at that rhyming. That's the wheelie curse. Let me get this on and then we'll go on from there. There we go, it's across there. I kind of wish that it went up and down his back, but I get why it can't because they wanted the functionality of wheelie in there. So they put it across his back. Now, what if you were using this sword? Well, actually, right now this can't store in this mode that I can see because I don't see a 5mm peg. I'm hoping that we get a version of this that actually has a 5mm peg so that maybe we could stick it here or stick it here, like going up the side or something. A la the FOC version. If you want him to have a sword, I mean, it could go in right here, going up, or as I like to put it, right there on that side, going down along the tail. You know, is it perfect? No, but at least it's a place to put it if you want to use it, which is nice. Some backwards compatibility with another version of Grimlock. Look, we had a 10. We had a 10 and we had a 9.75, arguably another 10. This might be a perfect transformer. If not a perfect Grimlock. Is it good enough that I decided to go in for it? Yeah, I did, yeah. But it was really on Starscream Wife's recommendation, and usually when she says something is good and it impresses her, then it's a pretty impressive offering. Pretty much 10s across the board, and if not, the next thing to it worth getting, 100%. And though I got caught up in the excitement because this guy is fantastic, here he is with his entire team before we get out of here. By the way, I didn't mention it before. While his jaw can open and close, and I did talk about how his arms are on ball joints and can move out, the legs They retain full motion that the robot mode arms had. The tail doesn't move. That's too bad. The head itself can also move up and down, and the neck joint moves. It can spin all the way around. So there's actually a fair amount of motion in the dyno mode. I wish that the arms had a little bit more, but you know what? What they have is perfectly functional. Like I said, awesome transformer. A pretty fantastic Grimlock, might be a perfect offering, or close to it. And here we are once again, and here he is. Bought him. I needed him. I needed him. Don't judge me. I'm telling you I need him. Actually, Starscream Wife thought that he was so good that he was absolutely kind of needed and somewhat essential for the collection. And I can't argue. I was smitten, blown away, shocked, and surprised with how good this guy is. Now, to be fair, I have heard of a ratchet in one of the arms, or legs if you will, not working right. That would sort of ruin it. And I've heard a couple of people say that they found the plastic to not feel robust, almost feel KO-ish. I don't find that. I don't know. I think it's solid. I mean, his mass is more than what a traditional leader is. The math doesn't lie. If you believe the math, then the math doesn't lie. This guy is every bit a leader class, and then some. I like him. I don't even mind the teeth. I thought the teeth missing in the front was really going to bother me, but it doesn't, because I know that it's done for a blast effect. I love the guy. I think he turned out stupendously well. I think that this is everything right with Transformers, as long as you can avoid things like QC issues, like the like Ratchet. Is it even Ratchet? I don't even know. Well, I guess it's a soft ratchet. You know, as long as you can avoid a QC issue like that, the guy is stupendous. Absolutely a very strong recommend from me. Let me know what you think about Studio Series Grimlock. He blew me away. I was not expecting him to be this good. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring. Or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us, and somehow, some way, each and every single day, baby, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premiere, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.